Okay, guys, just a quick video. So, as you know, I've been away quite a bit and going through a lot of stuff. For those that don't know, you might recognize it in my videos. People say I have a frog in my throat. I have a scratchy voice, but it's not always like that. And that's due to a couple medications I take. I have really bad seasons of anxiety and real bad panic attacks. And I've had a few panic attacks I have not had in that kind of intensity probably since 15 years ago. So when you see me stumble over words, when you see me say things that just like most people would edit out. I don't edit out stuff usually when I do videos. I don't hardly do editing. But that's just my my overactive brain due to a lack of serotonin levels, and there's a bunch of stuff to that. But because of that, I believe that, and some people would say, "Oh, it's demonic," or "You're a mental case." Really, I'm not. What happened? There's a lot to it. One of the explanations that was given to me by doctors, because when I was real young, before I was saved, I was an extreme alcoholic, and so was my dad. My dad has quit drinking since, but for most of my life, he was an alcoholic, and it kind of just, do what your dad does. I mean, that's what happens most of the time anyways. So I was an extreme alcoholic very young when my body was still maturing, growing, all those things. So they think that had a lot to do with it, which can cause problems. But then they gave me 3 different IQ tests since I was younger. When I was younger, I think I was in 3rd grade. It was 161, 162. But they go by a scale. So it's like 160 to 172. I forgot what the scale is. Did it again. It was the same. And then I did one when I was like 27. And it was the same. So what they said is because I guess that's a fairly large, see, there I go. I can't. My mind is faster than what I can get out of my mouth. What that does, and some people would want a high IQ, I'm able to read a lot and really fast and retain it. But at the same time, I have short-term memory loss. Okay, and I'll make sense of that in another video. Anyways, so what happens is because I'm able to kind of, I guess, best way is to multitask so many different thought processes in my brain that causes anxiety. In other words, I would think of something and the worst case scenario of that something at the same time, the best case scenario of that something, but my mind would tend more to think of the negatives. And I could think of 1,000 negatives within a couple minutes and actually think of myself being in that predicament at the same time washing dishes and being on a cell phone. Like right now I'm thinking of Matthew 14:5, reading the text in my mind while I'm making this video. See, people don't understand a lot of stuff that goes on with people, and I want you guys to know that. I want you to know why I do some of the things I do. And the only place I find peace and comfort is in the Word of God, in prayer. And my prayer life has been kind of lacking, but the Word of God and doing what I do, my Bible reviews. So I figured I'd make a video, just kind of share what Brian goes through. And then maybe that's a help to somebody else. I don't know. I mean, you shouldn't be ashamed of things like this. If you have a problem with anxiety, and there's been good brothers on here that deal with anxiety, and they've came out and talked about it. But Christians are very quick to judge and say, God has not given us a spirit of fear and all these things. Well, no, and I'll give you the context. I'll do another video on that because people take it out of context. In fact, Danny McMullen, awesome guy, love you, Danny, did a really good video, and I think it's on his site. I'm not sure if it's on his YouTube channel anymore. But he did a really good job on stuff like that and how people take that verse out of context and other verses. But God allowed this thorn in my flesh to keep me humble, because when I was growing up, I was like the popular guy, with pretty much everything I wanted. I had like the privilege of my dad making good money at Intel Corporation. So I never really had to buy anything for myself, which caused me to get into a lot of trouble too. But you know what? I'll do a video on my. I'm going to do a video on my testimony, and hopefully I'll have that up in the next couple days, because it really needs to be told. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't know what to think of me. They really don't. Or like that video, Brian, was it the lying con artist, and thinking I'm stealing Bibles from elderly people. I give away, literally I was counting up the price of the Bibles one time after I was talking to my brother Eric, and it was like well over $5,600 worth of Bibles that in 2 days I got rid of. So yeah. So people think, oh, this guy got so many Bibles, he either makes money or he's stealing Bibles, and really a lot of these Bibles are from publishers, and I set money aside, and I do buy Bibles to review, and then a lot of times I just give them away. So there's a few Bibles that I've actually kept. In fact, if you look back there, that's pretty much all I got left, and those are not all premiums. So guys, I want you to get to know me, I guess, a little bit better, but I felt like I needed to make this video, and pray for me. Maybe God will deliver me from this anxiety problem that I have. Maybe he won't, and I'm happy either way, because I know it does keep me humble. It's really done a lot good for me than it has bad, but later in life, you know, maybe someday God will deliver me. I'll keep praying about it, and I'll be praying for you. And I'm going to be doing another video here soon on something else. But until next time, good day. God bless.